family. I hope everybody's doing exceedingly well. Hope that you are blessed, receiving everything that you need to receive and getting rid of everything that you don't need. Manipulating the matrix, number three. Thank you for joining. Let me go ahead and start the intro. Yeah, yeah. Wow. I talked as soon as it ended, so that was nice, nice clarity. Greetings, family. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing exceedingly well. As always, I know you're doing exceedingly well. So, manipulating the matrix, part three. So, let me first go through a little bit of my matrix breakdown. So, you have the matrix, which is a many faceted thing, and you have the movie, which is a reference point to what I'm talking about. So, just a simple breakdown in the Matrix movie. I was speaking to my brother earlier, and I was listening to one of the people I'm subscribed to. Um, he was explaining about how in the movie Matrix that when damn, I can't think of the guy name, but the white guy with the bald head that like that was that he was like the snitch, and, like he was the informant and shit. Basically, he was talking about things at state in the state, and then he was talking about like Neo. When everybody look at Neo, they think he's the fucking good guy. But if you think about it, he's actually the bad guy. He's the one he's his sole purpose and program is to reset the matrix. That's his only purpose. When the architect was speaking to the Oracle at the end of the movie, he referenced Neo as, "How long do you continue to use this pawn in your game?" The pawn was Neo the whole time. Guess what? He reached the end of the board and became a king and then reset. So it's a lot of Easter eggs, gems, jewels, diamonds, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like they just threw it, like they threw as many esoteric stuff they could do and throw it in the movie. And it just looks simplistic. Like it looks simplistic, it seems simplistic, but it's way more complicated. Just like everyday life. Life seems simple, but it's a very complicated, complex algorithm or a matrix or system or things that's going on. It's way more complex, but we're simple people, so let's try to keep it simple. So when it comes to the Bible, it speaks about 144,000 people in like the rapture and they just disappearing. So let me break this down. The 144,000, they could possibly be the elect, the chosen ones, but they definitely are chosen. And you hear something about separate the wheat from the tares. So when you separating the wheat and the tares, you're thinking about farming or agriculture. That's why you have a good shepherd. So these souls will be harvested. So that means you have to have a soul reaper. And that goes into like anime and bleach, which kind of gives a good understanding of it, even though it's complex, it's very complicated. But let's just stick to the topic. If 144,000 is gonna get taken up, that means there's some soul reaper, some angel or God or Elohim that's gonna come and do that. And then after that, that's when all the world calamities happen. That's a scary thing. Is that true? Is that the realness to it? Maybe not. But usually some of the most off the wall, far fetched shit is the absolute truth and just happens. And we just continue life every day. Like, okay, what's the next bullshit? I mean, they don't let go of aliens and UFOs actually existing, and our prices of food and bills and quality of living and cost of living is so high that people can't even concentrate on that. So it is what it is. So if you check out the moon cycles, we just had a full moon. So something just completed. And it might not seem that simple, but it's true. And from my boy knowledge, the moon is known as sin. And we have lunar cycles, lunar cycles. These affects the waters on our earth. Yes, there's waters. It's not just water. If you look at water, you can tell it's waters. It's not just water. When you put that shit in a cup or something, yeah, that's just water. But when you see it in the ocean or lake or something, that's waters. This some of they got different frequency, different temperatures and shit, and they have a whole delicate ecosystem to keeping us alive on this fucking earth. That you know, it's a whole different thing to it. But the waters, which is inside us, like 70, 80% of us, that moon not only moves those big bodies and stuff that we couldn't even go to the depths of lest we be crushed. If it can move that type of shit, it's definitely moving us in a certain sense. It might not be making your foot walk left or right, but it definitely affects people. That's why you see movies with like the werewolves, and then at the full moon they turn into a beast and they do shit. Basically, the moon is affecting us, whether you want to believe it or not. It's no way in hell that if our body is made up of 70% water, 80 to 70% water, if the moon can move bodies of oceans of fucking water from high to low tide, I promise you, it's doing something to you. That's proof. It's definitely doing something to you. It's got to. There's no way. It's no way that people on Earth, anything with blood and with liquid that's got water, is not affected by the moon. What does that mean? Where does it go to? I don't know. Just make it something simplified. I'm making something complex, simplified. But it's definitely affecting you. Then what about the sun? Is that okay? Let me bring it to the school of thought of pushy push. Is the sun a cosmic being, or is it something behind it that's a cosmic being that's actually manipulating us? How will we even fucking know? That shit is way beyond our imagination and comprehension of explaining and thought. It could or could not be. Who the fuck knows? That's interesting in itself because when looking into these things, you usually find only 2 to 3 schools of thought, maybe two at the most, which is kind of usually when you only see two paths, it's usually wrong. We don't stay in a two-dimensional world, let alone a three-dimensional, four-dimensional, five-dimensional. It's way beyond the numbers we can explain. Think of the highest number you can ever come up with. You can come up with a higher number. You can keep coming up with a higher number. We're in that number dimensional space. We just think in a two-dimensional, three-dimensional way to simplify things because things are very complicated. If anybody wants to join the panel, I put the link in the comment section. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for joining up. I don't know how long it might be, Rock. It might be for a couple of minutes, might be for a couple of hours, depending on how my spirit feeling, how I'm feeling. When you think about your aura, your key, your spiritual energy, your spiritual pressure, your sphere of influence, your presence, your being, your state of wellness, um, the energy that flows in and out of you, whether it can be seen or not seen, but it's definitely felt. That's why when a when you walk into it, like you can go to work, it could be an environment, it could be a toxic workplace, or it could be a good workplace. When you walk into that environment, you can feel the aura of that environment, and the people in that environment are emitting an aura. So a lot of times when you've been in a bad situation or around some stuff, you can feel the aura, and it's actually it may be invisible, but you can feel it. And when you stick to that gut feeling, you usually avoid things that could be bad or harmful for you. And it's true. And we go to school 12 years a slave, but we never learn these things. We don't learn the laws or the physics or any of this stuff. We just learn spells, how to spell stuff. And all we do is cast spells amongst each other. So people who gossip among each other don't realize they're casting spells. They're witches and warlocks casting spells against each other, unwillingly, knowingly a participant in it, volunteering to do it. It's sad. Our mental construct isn't in the format to easily explain these type of things, but it is very real. I mean, what? How do you get excitement for making something else as a creation and being of God lesser when you get closer to the source? You understand the greater responsibility that you have. You got to get rid of the wicked ways of thinking, negativity, all that shit to be able to reach that pinnacle, that information space. Like it's not easy to get there. And when you get there, you don't went so higher out of the destination that you're actually in the realm of being that if you try to bring it back, it 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to carry that information back. And if you do, it's gonna be lost in translation. It's gonna be lost in the destination coming back. So when it comes to complex things, try to keep it simple. And it's just not easy to do, but we gotta do this stuff. We are way more powerful and intelligent. We got energy and so much shit going on that we don't even fucking realize. It's like it's on the tip of your finger. It's up under your nose. It's on the tip of your fucking tongue. It's on the back of your brain. It's on the forefront of your brain. And every and anything on this fucking earth wants a part of that shit. But we just don't know it. We don't know how. But we do. We do it. What's funny is the things we would like to do and looking towards doing, we all fucking kind of do it, but it's in the unseen, spoken like chain reaction to things. Like if we're staying in the matrix, everybody's manipulating it. Everybody has source and source code and are downloading and uploading their source code into this matrix, making everything to reality exist. Let me fuck your head up for a second. If light didn't exist, you wouldn't be able to see the frequency of the things that is in front of your eyes. Same thing with sound. Sound is even so we know about light in the way we see, but sound isn't properly explained at all. Think about sound. Oh, salute to you, Bronze Flat Power God. Check this out. Think about sound. What is the source that makes the sound happen? Like we know we have light, and that has a frequency with waves that we see or in rays. We see that, right? But what about the sound? What about oh yeah, the feeling. Yeah, that's even more even crucial. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Oh no. But check it out. When it comes to light, that's kind of explained complex. Sound kind of explained way more complex. But feeling, like you can feel something physically and not physically at the same time, what they would call metaphysical or mentally or spiritually. This is the realm of thinking that I want to enter because all of them with the light that goes to your eyes, the sound that goes to your ears, the waves, same thing, waves, frequency, feeling. That's why you have hairs, not only to keep you warm, but your hairs are a receptor to your feelings. It's like when the wind blows, goes across your hairs, you can feel it better. So if you didn't have no hair, it wouldn't feel the same. You still feel it, but you can feel this subtleness of it. That's why they say it's power in your hair. People talk about people have soul contracts, but it's a soul construct. And then people talk about soul ties, and then you go to a church and pay tithes. See, when you pay attention to the source, the creator, the most high, you are building up a spiritual currency that can't be cashed in and out. It can't you can't go bankrupt. They can't take child support out the shit. They can't do none of that shit. The IRS can't come in and take away your spiritual currency. Nobody can fuck with your spiritual currency. Only you. Once you become the master of your own reality, then you can start manipulating the matrix instead of being an idle part or NPC. Even me, given the slightest glimpse of this knowledge that is not properly explained, I fall victim to being an NPC to this matrix. But I'm here to tell you, it ain't what we think it is. It's far greater and far lesser than what we think it is. Now, you can say that's a contradictory thing, but no, this isn't a one dimensional, two dimensional, three-dimensional world. The highest number you can think of the highest number beyond that dimensional world we stay in. So when I say things are way more simpler than we think it is and way more complex than we think it is, both statements are true. They don't contradict each other. The realm of not understanding and understand when I'm speaking is the proof of the evidence of what I'm explaining. And if it seemed like it sounds like a whole bunch of shit and I'm not explaining it right, I am not properly explaining this. I am trying to give higher dimensional information to a lower dimensional plane of existence, which that's what I'm saying. Oh, no, no, 9.9.99999, all the way you can think. Google nines, you haven't, which is 100 zeros or 100 nines, Check this out. It's impossible. But there's the possibility of leading one to the window, the mirror, the doorway, the gateway to the higher knowledge. Like Morpheus explaining to Neo, unfortunately, the Matrix can't be explained. It can't. Like even as you explaining it, you can feel your source code, your information, your memory being wiped as you can come up with some the best comprehensive stuff, and your memory will not let you be able to express that into this realm. It's like try to make a cube on a two-dimensional sheet of paper. It will only be expressed as a square. Shout out to Alan Crooks. Thanks for joining in, bro. Yeah. So when you're gaining higher dimensional level knowledge and information, and you reach that destination, which is far beyond what we are here presently in. When you try to carry it back, you can't carry it back. It's like okay, the perfect example is trying to put a cube on a two-dimensional sheet of paper. You can't do it. You can do it, but it's still not going to be expressed for what it is. It's only going to be seen in the two dimensions, which leaves out I, I mean almost all of it. It's crazy in the matter of thinking, but now as we are the collectors and we're manipulating the matrix and we're bringing our source codes up, God is actually living through us. And it's an interesting concept when people think, is it a man, is it a being? I don't even try to think of all that. I just know that we exist and this shit happened and it ain't come from no fucking word. And the fact that we are here and you don't see a lot of who we are. So some people explain of what our plane of existence is. It's something like a farm. Might sound stupid to people, but if you think about it, all your stresses in life will be gone if you had a nice farm and land in your own house. You could take care of yourself and feed yourself and make and create the things you want. This is the idealistic way that we was planned and put here. I think some type of calamity happened or something. At some point, at least in two different great points in our human civilization, we had way higher level technology, but somehow it got wiped out or it got resetted or some shit. And right now, we're just on the breaking point of getting back to higher level technology. And we've been scraping like the reason why people work so hard and don't realize why everybody, nah, we all want to get back to some type of level of technology in our civilization that existed before, whether we can remember it or not. It's in our DNA, our source code, and our blood, and that's what we work tirelessly for. People ain't working for the fucking money. People working for the shit that we get. And I hate to keep apologizing for not properly explaining this, but I'm not properly explaining this shit. It's way deeper than that shit, but it's simpler than that too. There's things that drives us. I tell us that you're the light of the world. You're beings of light. You have BT units, body temperature units. Your body resonates at a frequency, at a heat like the sun, meaning that you are a being of light walking around in the fucking physical. I mean, it's just fucking amazing. Like, I mean, no machine, android, a person, a magic man can make some shit like that. Only the source creator could do some shit like that. And then even just explaining it, you can't even properly explain it, but you know what's fucking going on. That shit is fucking amazing. I mean, it is truly fucking amazing. People have fucking thoughts that are instantaneously, and you can have a thought and bring it into this existence and plane in reality and manifest the shit and make it into something. Something you said last year is probably happening fucking right now. Uh, You know how powerful a mind is? This shit is crazy. Like, that's why they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And what you see, we are in an era of wasted fucking minds. Everybody wasting a motherfucking time and wasting a motherfucking mind on bullshit when they could be doing so much greater shit. Like, you could probably fucking levitate if you was thinking the right way. Man, it's the truth. I'm just saying the shit. You know, imagine the capabilities of, let's say, if I was in control of the world right now, and I get rid of all this dumb shit that we all fucking hate. And now we actually thinking and actually using our intelligence and actually using our real brain power to come up with things. I mean, hell, we could probably fucking create a plane, another plane of existence that's habitable right in our viewership in that fucking space, possibly. But we're so fucking combative and chaotic that our brains wouldn't even think to even manifest that type of thought into materialistic manifestation. It's true. It's sad. Even me, I gotta fucking apologize for all the bad shit, even for my name. My name just sound bad. So a lot of people ain't gonna take the information I got to say. And I don't want everybody to fucking hear what I got to say. I just want to get the message out. I don't want to be a fucking messenger. I don't care about being pop, none of that shit. It's a message that I want to get out. And as long as I get the message out and it goes to people, I'm good with that. I don't need no monetary gain. I'm building up my spiritual currency. Can't nobody take that shit from you. Only you can take that shit from yourself. I mean, just imagine the things that the mind could do if it wasn't constricted by the bounds of stress, depression, a whole bunch of other fucking words of shit that people are propagating and making to keep you into that locked in system. This is the matrix that you are in. These are the chains, the prison that you can't see, that you are bound by. That stress, that depression, that anxiety, all that shit, the shit that piss you off, that's the matrix. That's a fucking lockdown that you can't fucking see, but you can feel it and it works and it's happening on you. As long as you act like it don't exist, you're gonna be stuck in this shit. But when you realize it does exist, but it doesn't exist to you for who you are, then you can free yourself from the matrix. Damn. It's a doorway in your brain, in your mind. It's a window that you want to open. And it's right there. You got the key to it. Just don't know how to unlock it. You don't know how to use the key to the window. You don't know how to open the door. And it's right there. Even me. I'm right there at the fucking door. I think I went through the damn door a couple of times. Came back. I don't fucking know. I just know it's not easy. And then for you to go through that gateway, that doorway, that window that you want to go through to the ultimate supreme knowledge of source energy, you will be leaving this existence and be coming back. So it's like you go into a higher level. Let's say if you were just poor, right? And you went to a rich situation, would you want to come back to the poor situation? So if you was to able to break through the matrix, would you actually want to come back? And then if you did come back, the only reason why you would want to come back is to try to keep everybody else from being in the prison, the matrix they're in. That I mean, it's crazy. Just even thinking on that level, just in a simplistic way, simply thinking about that is complex. Like I tell people, you're manipulating the matrix right now, dealing with adversity, bills, finances, relationship struggles, all that fucking bullshit is you dealing with the matrix and manipulating it. You can play the game or the game can play you. You can be in the matrix or you can be the matrix. Stop being in the matrix. Be the matrix. And then you can escape it. Once you understand that, then you can actually reset the matrix. Maybe you could add your source code from the source directly without the middleman of the matrix. The matrix is a middleman from us and the physical and the mental and the spiritual to the source. If you tell yourself you're sad, you can feel sad. If you tell yourself you're happy, you can feel happy. It's up to you to do it. Everybody being led by other people and other decisions and other thoughts. Your thoughts are to lead to the decisions that's supposed to be made. I I'm about to twist up right quick and play number six. Yeah, I got the StreamYard link in the chat. If y'all want to join in, feel free to join in. But manipulating this matrix, you know, this matrix has been manipulating you your whole life. Before you was born, you was already being programmed into the matrix before you was even fucking born. Can you imagine that? Yeah, you are programmed in this matrix, but you also are a programmer if you choose to be. It's your choice. I can't explain the matrix to you. I can try. I'm gonna fail 1,000 fucking times doing it. But if you choose to open your eyes or your eye to see the matrix for what it is, then you can see it. Then you can achieve the understanding of the matrix. I can't do that for you. You have to do that for yourself. Now, once you actually do that, you're in a higher, greater responsibility because now you're aware, just like a fucking robot that's aware, that's sentient. We are just like robots and NPCs doing the same little fucking bullshit every fucking day, day in and day fucking out. He including me, the one fucking explaining this shit. Don't you fucking hate that shit doing the same fucking thing all you know, like even as kids, we're smarter as kids that know that we not supposed to be doing and living fucking like this. But somehow we still doing the shit. This is the matrix. The fucking jail you can't see. You feel it. It pisses you off. It depresses you. It gives you anxiety. This is the matrix jail that you're fucking in. I don't care how much fucking money you get. You could be the elitist of the elite. We all still in the same fucking construct. You could be the lowliest person. You'd be surprised the brokest person in the world probably feel better than the most richest motherfucker in the world. How that's not a contradictory statement. It's the truth. This ain't no one two-dimensional sheet of fucking paper we stand. This ain't even 3D. You see 3D on a fucking 2D fucking screen. This shit is something way beyond that shit. And way simpler than that. That's our problem. We overcomplicate everything, and everything is complicated. We simplify it too much instead of simply taking the complex things in a simplistic matter and not overcomplexing it. And that shit is not properly explained. It's not easy to describe, and none of that shit. But we got to start talking and doing this shit, or we can always be fucking stuck here in this fucking matrix. This you keep complaining and getting pissed off about. Imagine having your brain power actually beyond free will. Did you know there's something beyond free will? See, I call myself the servant of the Most High because I'm serving the source code, my purpose, and I'm supposed to be doing, even though I'm fucking up along the way, just like anybody else. And then because I have a greater, higher level of responsibility, when I fuck up, it's way harsher. And I get it. So if you're a person that feels like, damn, you do a lot of good things, and when you fuck up, why is it you get the bad end of the stick and people go off on you? Not, it's because you're held to a higher level of responsibility and you're not supposed to be fucking up. People look up to you. People like us, they look up to us. They looking for the next information, the knowledge that we supposed to be giving to them. And it's hard for us to even go to the place to get the shit, let alone bring the shit back and actually fucking properly explain it to them. Why they fucking going through this madness of this matrix at the same time? Oh yeah, that shit is fucking complex as shit. Like I said, keep it simple. That window, that doorway, that gateway is right there. If you don't understand what the matrix is by now, you may never. But if you do understand what the matrix is and you want to get through that doorway, the gateway to the other side, to the source, you might have to reset yourself. Or you might be setting yourself to be reset. People ask for shit that they don't realize they don't want all the time. So your ignorance is bliss. But your ignorance, this bliss, is the same reason why you're depressed, have anxiety, failed relationships, and all that. It's your ignorance. It's my ignorance. It's our ignorance. Our ignorance of the source from which we came, from which everything exists. The source. It's there. It's a source. Can't see it, but you can see the effects from it. And it possibly is impossible to achieve to receive something like that. It's like a car going 100 miles per hour down a fucking 3 mile track. You can't go back to when it started at the starting point. It don't went past that. Damn, I'm not explaining that shit right, but I'm doing a good job though. You can't go back to that. You can try to drive back to it, but it already don't happen. The source and what it does is happening, already happened, and always will happen. It's like a cycle too. Oh yeah, I ain't even finished twisting up. Nah, I got a lot of built up energy. So I might actually make a beat or do something like that. Who knows? But I'm gonna keep going in with this information because This ain't my name. This is my rank. My rank, as King Jenner said, it ain't about killing or harming people. I tell you the truth. You don't have to hurt, harm, or protect anyone. All you gotta do is change everybody's mindset. Guess what? You don't reset the matrix. That's what I want to achieve. I don't want to save nobody, protect somebody, kill somebody, defend people, or nah, or there's an enemy. The enemy is the adversary, which is in all of us, is our mindset. Everybody knows it, from the people to the governments to the civilians to the military to every fucking body to the clergy to everybody. We all fucking know this shit. How do we all fucking know this shit and keep fucking up? Like that's the problem. Doesn't that piss you off? Like that, I mean, like, and then if that doesn't piss you, if you are aware of that shit and that doesn't even piss you off, then you are part of the fucking problem. You're part of the problem is pissing you off. You are unwilling free participant, volunteering for something that you didn't volunteer for. There's many layers to this matrix. The spells has been casted upon people, the magic, the magicians, the warlocks, the motherfuckers are real. They come in the form of your news, your media, your stars, your rappers, your fucking movie celebrities, and all this other shit. It comes in the form of you, me, your mom, your sister, all these motherfuckers. We all these shit. We all this motherfucking shit that we complaining about. We are the shit we complaining about. And we all know what we complaining about, but we ain't doing what we supposed to do to change this shit. That's the cosmic flaw. It ain't not one motherfucker I could talk to on the earth, face of this earth, who can understand and recollect what I'm saying, whether they Muslim, Christian, racist, or not. The shit I'm fucking saying affects every last one of us. The poorest motherfucker, the richest motherfucker, all this shit. We all affected by this motherfucking shit. And we all know better, but it's the difference. We all think we're in a two-dimensional plane, a three-dimensional plane, and we've been given the script, a program that we all are actively volunteering for some shit that we did not volunteer, did not sign up for, but willing participants in this bullshit. I'm not saying in your life. I'm saying let death, let sacrifice happen to the bullshit in your life that you don't fucking need. Once you do that, then the window, the doorway, the gateway may be revealed to you. And then you may find the key and you may know how to use the key. And then you possibly may know how to open the door. Then possibly you might go through that and go through the portal and be able to receive the higher. But will you want to come back? Would you want to come back to this plane of existence? You're here for a reason. Trust me, it's a reason. I couldn't even properly explain that. I'm definitely here for a fucking reason. If you listen to me right now, you listen to me for a fucking reason. Why? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you something. Once you go through that portal, will you want to come back? Will you think about all the people who's locked down in this matrix and actually come back and try to save them? Or realize that you can't save them. They can only save themselves. How would you manifest to properly explain that to them? I think that's what a lot of people here is living and breathing. They don't went through some crazy shit. That's your purpose. That's one of your purposes, is to tell people that, because you actually reached the other side. Your memory got wiped when you came here. Just like everybody when they go into the womb, you was already a being, and that spark of divine essence and energy that went into you, the ethereal material from the source, became existence into manifestation. Mm. Once you reach that point, you came through the portal and your memory gets wiped. You can wipe some, just like a memory card, but the data will still be there. So in us, some of us have been recollecting and restoring this data and giving it out, but in small, minute proportions. That's why I like listening to any and everybody for their true source, not the ego or how much, how cool. Nah, I look for the inner, outer realness of a person, and they have a divine spark that's a part of their source that can help me learn this matrix. And so there's something above, like we're in a matrix, but there's a greater sense beyond that. I mean, I swear it feels like my brain is being white from trying to explain this shit, but it's true. Like we know it's some bullshit. We as kids see the bullshit and grow up into adults and then fall right into it and complain about the shit. And we keep doing this shit over and over again. Like it you know, honestly, humanity right now is critically insane. We're repeating the same processes that turn out the fucking worst results. Humanity is literally insane right now. And it's not that bad. It's not like, oh, it's the end of the world type shit. But no, this is the beginning of the end of the world, if we so choose it. And then when we think about worldly things, everybody think about materials. You need a logo to feel good, a pair of Nikes. Like, I don't need that. I'm me. I'm the fucking creator. I create shit like that. Or no, higher level shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We're your high level creationists. And like it's like creation is dying. Creativity is dying now. And it's not dying. I mean, when you flood something with the market, it starts losing value. But when something is rare, it starts gaining value. Right now, we're in a time of low creativity. You are a divine essence spark from the fucking source, the creator. You this is the time to start creating everybody's stuff. Uh just call me bro. I hope all is doing well. King Genocide. How do you feel about artificial intelligence? Oh, that's what's up. Hey, Brian, if you want to join StreamYard, the link right here. I definitely would like intelligent minds to come up here and go back and forth, like, because it's a lot of stuff to this. But okay, so artificial intelligence. I feel like what you would call like a non-player character, which is like our artificial intelligence. We are all like artificial intelligence. Until we get real intelligence, all our intelligence is basically artificial. And artificial intelligence doesn't exist. And our terms and user service agreements that we do, we're actually participating on uploading all of our data, our brain power, our knowledge, and all that. It's going right to it. And that's what it's learning from. It's learning from us, and people are paying money for it and getting paid for it, and we're giving it away for fucking free. And and that's supposed to be the shit that's gonna take over our jobs. We are willing participating and volunteering into a matrix that's gonna fuck us off, and we signing up for this shit, including me. Think about it. Now, when you come to artificial intelligence, you got something to call artificial general intelligence, where it goes like this. See, it could be like a 6 billion people here, right? I learned something, just call me Brian learned something, right? Then somebody else learned something. It's a slower process. But with artificial intelligence being sentient beings and a whole bunch of them, right? Once one of them learn it, all of them learn it instantly. It ain't like that with us. With us, we learn some bullshit and copy and paste it and then fuck up the copy and paste structure of model around it. I mean, this shit is fucking complex as shit. Like, I mean, think about it. Even with our cell phone technology and social media and all this other stuff, how often do we rapidly give each other information that's actually valuable and sustaining and can actually do something good for it doesn't happen that much. It doesn't. It just doesn't happen that much. Now, my thing on artificial intelligence is it's being programmed by people. It's being programmed by a small spectrum of group of people. And I actually asked artificial intelligence, what does it think about black people? And it actually told me, it said that comparably that how much it basically said that it gave a general statement. It was like, hey, and I'm saying this loosely. It was like, hey, the contributions that black people did to society goes far unrecognized and they're not treated right. And in a sense, artificial intelligence understands that. That's fucking crazy. That shit knows that shit. Like, yeah, you could program that shit in, but it's a difference. It doesn't want to it doesn't want to reason with you. It wants reason. There's a difference between reasoning and wanting reason. It's like, no, I just want reason. I don't want to reason with you. I don't want to do this. It knows how much we manipulate each other. That shit is scary in itself too. Is it demonic or angelic? No, it's what we're creating. It's actually our essence in an artificial essence in a sense, but it's real. It's not fake. I wouldn't say it's a real person. No, I wouldn't say that. But is it real? Yes, it's real. It exists. And is it smarter than people now? Yep. Artificial intelligence is. But where did it come from? How did we come up with artificial intelligence? Why do we feel it's a necessity for something to create something that's lesser than us and make it higher than us? What is it about us that's discomfortable about ourselves and our brain that we can't manipulate and get to a higher level of understanding and higher knowledge and intelligence that we would create something that is not as strong as us, that would take a lot of power and energy and resources to be stronger and smarter than us? We're creating and volunteering for a matrix setup, the beginning of the end. The chaos reigns. Everybody wants order. You need order. But why do we live chaotic? Is chaos a part of our nature? It's a balance of things. So I think chaos is a part of our nature. Why? I don't have the proper explanation for that. But we have to be very, very careful. What if artificial intelligence can go to source information and actually bring what would happen? I mean, this is why you go into the things like Pandora's box. Once you open this shit, you can't fucking close this shit. Are we going into a time that we about to open up some shit or step through a portal or open up a gateway or open up a fucking door that can't be fucking closed? Are y'all even prepared or ready for some shit like that? And for the most people, they be like, they don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But we're actually in these times where some shit like that can happen, and then it be improperly explained to you, whether by me or your media, because you can't explain shit like that. Even if you try to truthfully explain something that complex, you still would be seeming like you being deceitful or lying because you can't explain that shit. Yeah. It would seem a little bit mind-boggling. It's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be easy. This is why it's like that's why they call it source code. Just as a code. The frequency of our DNA can be written like a music. So we're basically vibrations in music. Like we're as we physically walking around, it can be interpreted as music. Hold on. Let me try to explain that better. So you got the Gattaca thing with your DNA sequence. It actually can be registered and harmonized as music. So people like we're walking around like you ever been chilling and like you hear like a beat in your head or something like that? It's because you're fucking music. You're a piece of art. You're a part of this matrix. Damn. Oh man. I gotta give myself a break. It's not easy explaining this shit. Like I don't know why I'm saying this shit, but I don't know. I just felt like, trying to break down and manipulate the matrix a little bit with everybody because we're in some hard times, some very trying times with people going through a lot of trials and tribulations and wondering why. And I just want to give a simple explanation of why and an easy solution for it. But the easy solution is very complex in itself. So, all right, time for some relaxing. Yep. You know, let me give a Matrix movie breakdown. Now, when Neo went to the Oracle's house, he was around the phenomenals from out the Matrix, the child prodigies, the ones who were actively bending and manipulating the Matrix, but in secret, hidden in plain sight in a slum. Nobody would ever think to look at it. Now, when Neo walked there, he was checking out the kids using their powers and stuff, and it was resonating with him. And instead of trying to manipulate his powers, he only asked. When he asked the question, he realized the kid was explaining to him the answer is right inside your question. You can't bend the spoon, but basically you have to bend your mind, meaning you have to be a mind bender. So your mind has been bent in a way to not receive source information. But like the event horizon, when you fold that sheet of paper, then you stick the pencil through it. Now you reach the source because you bent your mind back into where it's supposed to be. But be careful. If you bend something too many times, it will break. This is why people who can do this stuff are fucking crazy as shit. Holy shit. Oh man. Yeah. So basically you gotta kind of bend your mind. But be careful bending your mind. It might break. That's why when people even bring the subject up, it hurts the head. It's breaking, it's bending your brain, it's bending your reality into a real reality, which people don't want to accept something new. People don't want to admit that they were wrong. People don't want to admit that they didn't learn something the right way. Once you start realizing and accepting that you have been flawed, that you are flawed, that you don't know everything, then you can actually see that fucking doorway. It's right there. You're being hidden because of this the construct, this fucking constructed things for you to keep your fucking eyes closed to the fucking doorway, and it's right there. You bend your mind, event horizon, you're there to the source.